Oh. Beautiful. So, today is a day in the life of our Sunday afternoon, which I'm going to do laundry right now. So if you didn't know, technically I am not allowed to drive. And so I don't want to walk all the way to our laundromat because we're living in a camper right now on a nice RV park. And at first I would walk with all the laundry, and with a baby and 2 adults to work out and work. So we use about 2 pair of clothes a day, plus the baby if she leaks. It is just a lot to walk. And the walk is probably like a lap around the track, but it's heavy, especially when you have the baby and you're pushing a stroller, and it's just not realistic. So he lets me drive to the laundry spot on our campground. Okay, y'all. So Briley coming home from church literally exploded in her cute outfit, but exploded literally everywhere. So if you have a soft stomach, sorry. So I sprayed some stain spray to hopefully get it all out because it is nasty, y'all. Okay, so we have Bristen's clothes in one because he works outside on our land and he runs, and his clothes stink very badly. So I wash his clothes separate on warm. Then we have my clothes that I wash on cold. Now if he has like a nice pair of clothes, I will wash them with mine on cold. And then we have Briley's clothes on warm because, you know, she has spit up and poo-poo, and we want to make sure to get that all clean. So I will say that the campsite that we're staying at is actually really pretty. There's a pond that has ducks and little geese. They're over there, and then we have a really nice pool that they keep really clean. It's a saltwater pool, and the bathhouses are really nice. If you have never stayed in like an RV park, they now make RV resorts. Okay, so you have RV parks, which are, you know, I would say middle class. Like, you're nice. They're usually nice, even nicer than like state parks and stuff. They're called RV parks. They have these things that are called RV resorts, and they're basically for campers and RVs, but they are a lot bougier. We stayed at one in the Smoky Mountains a few years ago. It's called Anchor Down. It literally gets so booked out that you have to book out 2 years in advance on 4th of July if you're going for like a holiday. And this RV resort, I mean, it was right on the lake, beautiful views, beautiful pools. It was on the lake, and so you could actually go and swim in the lake, and they had little water toys in the lake. So they make really nice RV places for you to stay at in a camper. I know, like, y'all, so my parents, when they became empty nesters, they actually sold their house, and it's just me and my brother. But when my brother graduated and went off to school and got a job and moved out of the house, they actually sold everything. They sold their house, they sold all their furniture, sold everything, bought a camper, moved into a camper, and they did camper life for, gosh, like 5 or 6 years. And they talk about how much they loved it. At that time, I'm not gonna lie, I thought my parents were crazy. Like, why would you sell your house? Why would you, sell all this stuff? And growing up, my mom was like a very minimalist type of person, and so she was always like watching HGTV tiny houses, and she thought it'd be so cool to move into a tiny house. And so she loved camper life. And I will say now, being an adult, graduating college, living on our own, it is so much simpler of a lifestyle. I mean, we have a lot of our stuff in storage, but you can't have a lot. We literally have a 20-foot camper, and you can't have a lot. You have to pick and choose, like, what is a necessity and what can you live without, because you don't have a lot of space. And that is honestly the nicest thing that I will say about camper life, is it causes you to declutter and go through your stuff. I'm going to show y'all like our little site, and I'm actually going to do a video touring our camper and showing you what we've done in the camper to make it functional for us living and stuff. And don't worry, we are eventually going to have a house. We might have a barn dominium, or we're gonna have like some house, but we are in the process of developing the land that we bought. And y'all, let's just be real, it is expensive. Like, it is expensive to buy a house, to buy land, to develop it. We're just in an expensive time, and where Briston and I are at, with us being in our mid-20s, you know, we don't have unlimited access to funds, nor do we want to put ourselves in that much debt to build a house and develop the land all at once. I mean, it would be so nice to do it all at once, but I will say it is teaching us a lot of patience, a lot of gratitude, and I think we're gonna look back at us living in a camper and like smile and just remember those times. And it's just, I love it, guys. I love living in a camper. If I could, probably for the rest of my life, I would live in a camper, but no, we actually want a house so that way we can host and our kids can grow up in it and stuff. So right now I am in our carport. This is our carport that we're under. Briston has our four-wheeler, his grill right there, and then those are our neighbors. So as you can tell by the fence that's opened, this is our little RV park. We have a shed and we have our sitting area, which the wind blew over our chairs, and it's all fenced in. This is our little 20-foot camper. And if you're wondering what is on the bottom of the camper, so whenever it gets really cold, the wind goes under the camper and it makes our floor in the camper super cold, and it also makes your heat run all the time. So they're like styrofoam type, little thick, I don't know what you'd call it, but you can buy those from like Home Depot and stuff, and you put them around your camper and it blocks the wind and it preserves heat, and it also makes it to where your floor is not freezing cold. But this is our little site. It's a beautiful day. Lady, our dog, loves the yard. Say hey.
What are you doing?
I'm doing a day in the life of our afternoon, Sunday afternoon.
Oh, well, welcome. Sorry for the mess over here.
It's okay. What are you working on? Is this outlaw stuff? Yeah. I do have narcolepsy, so I can't drive because I am not taking medicine because I'm breastfeeding. So if I wanted to breastfeed and I couldn't even be on the medicine that I was on when we got pregnant, so I had to get completely off of it. In order for me to work full time effectively, I had to go on this medicine to help keep me awake and give me good sleep. And I did that when Briston and I first got married. I worked full time while on the medicine. And then when we moved to Texas, we really felt led, number one, for me to not work. And number two, to start trying for a baby. And that the Lord was like, y'all are going to get pregnant soon. And in order for me to get pregnant, I had to get off the medicine. So like before we could even conceive, I had to get off the medicine. So I get off the medicine. Well, getting off the medicine meant I realistically probably could not work full time because I can't drive. So I couldn't drive to wherever I was going to work unless Briston dropped me off every day and picked me up every day. And then I was going to have to take naps throughout the day because of the condition. And I look at my desires that I feel like the Lord has given me, like wanting to be a stay-at-home mom and wanting to work with my husband and different things. And I don't want to say that the narcolepsy fits in with that lifestyle, but God is so good that despite having this condition, I still am able to do the things that I truly desire and feel like the Lord has called me to do. And so, it's horrible for me to say. I'm not upset, that I have this condition. Would I love to be healed and for the Lord to heal me? Absolutely. I'm not knocking that at all. However, it has humbled me and it has taught me so much, about compassion for other people, and just, it's given me really a new perspective. Scripture talks about why was this person born this way, and why, were they born blind or whatever their disability was it because of their parents' sins or their past sins? And Jesus says no. It is so that God can be glorified through him. And I feel like even having and going through hard things and having a sickness is a testimony for the Lord to get glory. Even if the glory isn't him healing you, the glory might be he never left in his faithfulness, and he was able to bring to pass and is still good and is still able to bring to pass the desires that he's given me despite having this condition. So I do want to preference that. But we're going to go do some laundry now. Y'all, literally, these clothes smell so good. Need to say hey? Oh, say hey! You're like, I'm too distracted by my bottle. Okay guys, so we're running a little bit behind, but it is 5:18. I have the strawberries washed, and now we are waiting on the chocolate bark to melt. Now, oh, it's working. Okay, it's melting. Okay, so I did this different. It said we don't have a microwave, so it said for a stovetop. Okay, this is what we're looking at. It said for a stovetop to have, like, this has water in it, and the stove is on, and then the water should melt because of the steam. The water should melt the chocolate. We're gonna see if this works. Okay, so because we are running low on time, I'm going to do this while it's still melting. So hopefully I don't burn the strawberry. Let's see. Dip it in. Okay. It's not going to be the classiest, but it'll get the job done. It should taste the same, you know? Okay, they don't look terrible. I mean, some of them look a little funky, but like that one looks really good. They are gonna taste great. This was an experience.